What is up, everybody? Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. I know that I am. This is going to be a great video. We have big news that we're going to reveal about what I think is going to be the best expo, Comic Con, whatever you want to call it. But it's an expo that's going to feature a lot of great stuff, and I'm going to bring on some guests here. We're going to go through that now. Here we got our panel. We got Jose, Matt, Miles, Tony, Kasra, and the one and only Steve. How's it going, everybody?
All right.
This is our OAX panel. All of us, except for Tony, which we'll get to in a little bit. We were at the inaugural OAX Expo last year, the original Art Expo in Orlando, and it's not new news that is happening again in 2025 in January, and I'll let the guys give details about that. However, what is kind of new news about it is the additional emphasis is going to be on card art. And here on the Spidey Hits channel, we are Marvel trading card fans, and the art on those cards is the big driver for that. And so to have an expo where we're able to really drill down and focus in on the art of trading cards is really special. And we've got some great news that we're going to all share. Kasra, you want to get started with that?
Yeah, I'm going to try to get through it real quick. Just OAX is the original Art Expo in Orlando, Florida. Our first show was January of just this year. It feels like 2 years ago, but it was just this year. And it was incredible. It was 60 plus artists, 45,000 square feet, 35 or so exhibitors, auction houses, art reps. An incredible auction, a private reception the night before it started, and it was just 100% focused on art. It was just art, art, art. And I guess the funny thing was we all were there, and you guys can attest to this, that was all great, but what ended up being the best thing about it was that there were 500 collectors there over like a 3 or 4 day period. And that ended up being the part of it that I left the biggest impression and mark and good feelings. And I want to come back. And when can we do this again? Was just the collectors. So, you got to spend as much time as you wanted with an artist and talk and meet spouses and have a drink at the bar or go to dinner or do what you did. But and also, see all kinds of art that you've never seen before.
Right.
But it was the people. It really is, at the end of the day, about people. So this is an annual show, and we're growing it every year. It's produced by comic art fans. Bill Cox and I started it in January, and we have some ambitions. Really, that's the only way I can put it. We love art, and we love all narrative art. We're storytelling art, and that includes illustration. And so we just launched the Illustration Art Expo as part of OAX, and we have some incredible illustrators. Sarah Frazetta, the granddaughter of Frank Frazetta,
Wow.
is coming. Someone you might know, his name is Dan Dos Santos. He's coming. Another guy that you might have heard of named Dave Palumbo is coming as part of IAX. And even this, the guy with the incredible smile, Miles Wohl, right here on the screen, who we love, of course. Miles was there at the first show in January, and I mean, his art is wonderful. He brings a lot of it. God bless you, Miles. And his sketch cards are beautiful. Miles will be set up in the IAX room at OAX as well. But Jose. Steven and I have known each other more than a year now. You guys saw the incredible booth, but the kind of, I don't know, once in a lifetime level display of Marvel Masterpiece works in the special gallery, the museum style gallery that we had at OAX. That'll be back as well, those special galleries. But we've been
a lifetime.
Once in a, I think so. Probably be bringing all that up and setting it up. It should be once in a lifetime. It's one of those things that takes a year off your life. But we started talking right away. I mean, I definitely knew that I was expanding OAX out and exploring all these different corners of the narrative and storytelling art world. and card art and cards were a no-brainer. So we quickly formed a team. Jose, Steven, and Matt Fuller was kind enough to join too. Sketch card lord, whatever his
Lord of sketch cards. You missed.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm blessed. All-star team, incredible people, totally passionate, knowledgeable. The next 10 years, everything I learned will still be less than what these guys will forget. And we just got creative. You know, what can we do to put the show together? And we're really, really finally excited here, November 19th, 2024, to announce that the Card Art Expo, CAX, will now be a permanent part of the annual Original Art Expo.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Standing ovation. Bravo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic. Now,
relieved just to say those words out loud. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, I'm late.
I'm so excited for it. That's, you know, card art to have that be, you know, up there with all the rest of the great comic art, illustration art that we see here. You know, it's taking its own class, and I think it's you know, really, really awesome to see, because when you know, starting it before bringing it out, you know, I met Jose at Art Basel, Miami, when I was just by myself independently, didn't know that all these crazy people that liked the same you know, trading card art that I do were out there. And you know, from that, just, hey, let's have fun, to now our own you know, expo at OAX. It's amazing to see you know, and share the passion, and you know, have everybody come and join that with us too. So Kasra, thanks a lot for having this be part of like the greater event you know, ongoing. It's really exciting for us.
Like the easiest decision I've made in the last 2 years of my life, Steven. But sure, you're welcome.
Yeah,
this is the community that I missed out on the last 30 years.
I could tell. You're on all the breaks, like watching us like open up cards and stuff.
Oh, I'm on every stream. I don't post in the comments section. I get my coffee. I watch Graydon in the morning when he's got his morning show. I watch everything. Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think there's a pretty large contingency of collectors that goes to comic conventions or card shops or comic shops, and they're like, "Hey, do you have any Marvel cards?" And the answer 99% of the time is no, zero, no Marvel. I got Pokemon. You interested in Pokemon? No, right? No Marvel cards. And if you go to a big con, similar, if you go to San Diego Comic-Con, you might find a couple of places that have a couple of booths. If you go to New York Comic-Con, maybe a booth or two, sometimes one booth at some of these big conventions. So finally, there's a home for all these collectors that have been, you know, really longing to have a place where they can see, buy, trade, sell comic cards, not just Marvel, but DC and other properties. It's going to be housed here. It's going to be housed here under CAX. It has a home. And so it's more than just, you know, the art of the card. I mean, that's a fantastic piece, but it even bleeds into the cards. And so, and for those, you know, on this live, that a lot of comic art collectors, I know that they have some pieces in their collection and they're not sure how that fits in or who's interested. Well, now they have all those people now under the same roof. So it's a great way to expand the community in different directions. And so it's extremely exciting. I mean, it's awesome. Like there's a home.
Yeah, it makes sense, Jose, because like the cards, you know, Marvel cards and DC cards, it is about like the art. Like the card is a small, you know, poster almost of like the artwork, and you know, so it is card art. Maybe, hey, it's not the original one that it has, is the actual painting, which we're going to have representations there, but you know, the cards itself is an appreciation of art, just like buying a comic book, you know, the story and everything for it, but it's you know, the art of the illustrations in the comics too. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I add just one thing too, is that, you know, we are strictly original art, but for the Card Art Expo, it was obvious from the beginning that a component of it is going to be the original art for the cards. Obviously, maybe even, I'll say, I don't know, 30, 40, 50% of it. Sketch cards are massive, just massive, a massive part of it. They were part of the first show in January. We made a sketch card for the first ever OAX. You know, beautiful design there on the back, I think by Steven, if I remember right. Yeah. And But we decided early on that the cards are going to be there too. The cards are art, and they represent the art that was made. And there's an educational component. There's a lot of comic book collectors like me that wish that they'd collected cards more. And I love the production value of the cards. I love the colors. I love the variety, the design. And so they are not going to be left behind. They're going to be a critical component of the Card Art Expo.
Yep.
I'm just thrilled. Marvel card fans, trading card fans out there, we are finally a big boy hobby because we actually have an expo just for trading cards. Like you said, we've always hoped that we would be at a convention or an expo or a show, but now we finally have, Card Art Expo. I love it.
In fact, the expo for CAX, we're going to have our own unique cards for different components of it as well, for attending it and also for participating in certain events that are going on there too. So that's really exciting to get as the collectors, there's now some incentive to come there and get some of the cards.
That's special. I know I'm excited about it.
Yeah, definitely. I could, I don't know when Kasra, I could preview one of them to everybody to see.
I mean, we have a lot that we could talk about, and we don't have to talk about it in any order at all. So bring it up.
Yeah,
do it.
I will show one since we're on topic right now with it. Let me, I'm gonna present one thing here.
Are you going to share screen, or are you going to do it?
I'm gonna share my screen.
Just so Dave Palumbo's here. He's on mute, and we haven't even said hi. PJ's here.
Hey, PJ,
and we haven't even said hi. Hi, guys.
Hey, and Elaine, we got Elaine back there. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, growing out of Tony's shoulder.
And if you haven't figured out yet, the people that you're seeing are just a fraction of some of the people that'll be at CAX.
That's a cool.
So yeah, here's a special card. Now we're just going to reveal one of them. This is one of the cards that is going to be for participants from the last year's OAX, which happened in January of 2024. So this is going to be serial numbered limited edition ones here. And if you don't recognize the art, many of you that were at the event would know this as the Simone Bianchi original art that was there for, I believe that it was the poster or one of the posters, right, Kasra?
It was the main show poster, which everyone got an 11x17 cardstock print of in their swag bag for the show. Yep.
So the goal of these cards this year, and even retroactive in this piece to last year, is we want participants, both card collectors and non-card collectors, to take away like a nice souvenir. Of course, each card is based on original art, that was done for OAX. All of them will be serial numbered because on average the card people like that. But it's we expect that this is going to be a sought after commodity. If collectors, we expect most people will want to keep them, but we think it's going to be really cool thing to try to collect all these cards for each year.
Hey, can I get two? Is that okay?
Well, this particular one is a 49 available because there's enough for all the attendees from last year. So
I'll take all the misprints.
But yeah, an uncut sheet, please. But on top of that, you're going to be able to get possibly a Simone Bianchi OAX trading card. Simone is going to be there. So not only are you going to get the card, you're going to be able to go sit with him, possibly, maybe get it signed. Who knows, right? But what an awesome opportunity.
Yep.
Simone is coming in from Italy. He's booked. Matt Tutulio is in the chat. Shout out to Matt, his art rep and all around great guy. And obviously I think we'll add. Oh well.
We'll give him a second.
Yeah, he's like looking down, thinking about his next. He was thinking about how much money he's going to lay on the Bills next weekend. They're off next weekend, Matt.
It's a bye week, so we're all good.
The best way
you recognize that card, right, Matt? I know.
Yeah, what a beautiful card, man! It's amazing.
See this?
You guys did such a great job. The gold lining around it, the serial numbers, it was perfect.
Nice. Yep. There's gonna be a couple others out there too. We're not gonna reveal yet, but you gotta go to the event and you'll see what else we got cooking.
Yeah, the nice thing is that a lot of us collecting cards, we get a new set come out. We're like, man, we wish that they would have done the card designed it a little bit differently, right? Enough, just enough to really appreciate the art. Well, now we're the ones designing the card, so we're gonna make it so you can really appreciate it. And the other thing is that I'll announce here is that there will be limited edition signed editions of a lot of the cards that we make. So there'll even be like silver spectrum versions of some of these cards.
Kasra, you have a couple autos on that one poster there. Just
everybody that walked in, every exhibitor, every attendee, I asked them to sign it. Like I got crazy people on there, and obviously, Matt, we're not going to. We'll get Simone's approval prior to printing that card. Don't you worry. We'll slip him a little bit of something if we need to.
Yeah, it'll be all right with it.
Well, I mean, Steve bought the original art.
Yeah, I got it.
He did. He didn't buy the soul though.
No,
the artist owns the soul.
Maybe if Steve had the Marvel license, we'd all be better off, though. I don't know. You know what I mean?
We're not selling that. We're not selling it. It's their giveaway. So
that's right.
I realized I was talking to my girlfriend earlier that Steve is like Thanos, his favorite character. He has like an infinity gauntlet full of like grails. His infinity stones are like amazing grails, basically. Yeah.
Right.
That Bianchi one, that's a beautiful piece.
So, Jose, can you talk about, obviously Kasra nailed what made last year so special. It's the people. And, we've all been to Comic-Cons and expos, but for whatever reason, last year's OAX, that original art combination, trading card art combination just seemed to bring the most beautiful group of people together to hang out and spend the weekend. But there were other things that made it really special as well. And one of them was that you guys had devised this, plan on Sunday to do these, have artists do free sketch cards. Am I saying that right?
Thank you for mentioning. I don't mention that enough. Thank you. And that honestly, that was very personal to me. That was kind of like a little baby idea. Back in the old days, since I'm old, I can say stuff like that now, right? Everything was uphill. Like you'd always hear about the European conventions where people would wait in line and they would just get free sketches. And it was like this romantic idea in the States that the conventions were just about meeting your heroes or meeting these artists or these extraordinary people. And yeah, you might have to wait in line for 2 hours, but it was better than just, going on a Tron ride. You'd meet Mobius and Mobius would do a sketch for you, right?
Yeah.
And so the idea was on Sunday afternoon, which is probably, the slowest part of a show. It's a 2-day show. Sunday afternoon, everyone's eating lunch. They've been crazy for like 36 hours straight. Have like an hour and a half period where artists that opt in do free sketches and free signatures for anyone who comes up to their table and requests it. And I asked the artists a little bit late in the process, and amazingly, a little over 30 of the 60 of them opted in for that. So in your swag bag, you'll get that, OAX sketch card. Everyone will get one. Here's the back. 2025 will likely have Dan Dos Santos art on it, and the front is like a blue line design, reminiscent of cards from the past, of course. But you can take a sketch card or a small piece of paper or what you have, and you can go up to a table and you'll get sketches. And I know some people did very well last year, fiendishly well. Yeah.
I'll show a few. So these go nicely together.
David Finch
and Dos Santos.
I mean, come on.
Awesome.
Unbelievable to have both of these.
Both of those gentlemen will be back in January, including David Finch.
Andy Fish.
Wow.
Bob McLeod.
Wow.
Andy and Veronica Fish will be back in January.
Speaking of Veronica, I got 2 from her because she was like, in some ways, my favorite artist I got to know and meet for the first time at OAX. Just
That was amazing.
and then these were quick sketches from.
Adam.
You recognize that?
They're still beautiful. They're still beautiful. Hughes and
Yeah.
a way shack, beautiful.
The
Adam,
Way Shack.
Adam and John will be back. Yeah.
That Way Shack, the Way Shack blows me away. You know, it's just perfect. But then I got to meet another artist while I was there, Aranga. You know, these are people I didn't even know before I went to OAX.
Oranga will have his own artist table in January.
How about, you know, Secret Wars is pretty big right now. And John Betty, how about a John Betty Spidey sketch? You know, I think he did the Black Suit Spidey, you know.
Yeah,
and then,
he
of course,
did when he was 24.
I picked that up. I picked this up at OAX. It was not a con sketch.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's so.
but
Nice.
I,
Oh my
but I-
That was 2 minutes.
No wonder I get
I
I
did
did
get it
ordered
up
on that.
I was like, wait a minute, these things are supposed to be 5 minutes.
I got a, well, it's this way.
Oh my goodness!
Mannix sketch.
I love that one.
That's great.
Isn't that great?
That
Yeah.
one's great. I love that one. The magic
Right.
one was okay.
I gotta show one I got for mine. So here's the.
Okay,
Here's
hold
my
on. Let me make you big.
All right. It's hard to make me
And
big. I'm very tiny.
You are
All right.
perfectly
Eric-
sized.
Eric Grove.
Oh,
Oh,
oh my goodness, that is
Wow.
awesome.
Awesome.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
oh, Eric Grove. That's nice. Wow.
Wow.
So he had a table there. He's one of the OAX artists there. Great guy, great artist. Very new to it all, but of course, you know, had to get the thingy.
That's
So
Wait.
yes.
That is wicked.
Hey,
That's-
I don't have as many as you there. I was too busy tending the gallery. You
know what? I'm sad. I have a Miles and I don't have it sitting here. I got a Miles too.
Oh,
Yep.
that would be sick. I'll get caught up on the CAX this year. And,
But here's the thing: you got to be there.
Exactly. Well said.
Yeah.
Matt DiTullio will have 3 exhibitor booths this year. So Matt, you're let him know who's coming with you. You know,
So
not
I'll
the
bring in Simone Bianchi, Simone DeMio, and then also going to have my own, art table this year, bringing about 150 pieces of original art. Going to create a little bit of a gallery behind our booth style to come, maybe like walk in and have a little bit of a shoppable experience. So very excited for to see. And I'm gonna also bring an employee this time, so I can also go out and get a couple of free sketches because I didn't get any last year. So I'm gonna.
Fiancés aren't employees, though.
Well, she just doesn't know that yet, but she'll be.
Okay, it is her then.
He's calling her a tax write-off.
Are you doing that for me?
I gotta say, we just had our Comic Art Live virtual art con this last weekend on CAF, and we hold it on CAF. There's like 350 exhibitor booths and like 100+ artists, and for 2 days, like basically from your desk, you can log on and be part of a virtual art con, right? More than 7,000 pieces of art were posted, about $1.1 million of verified sales over the weekend. But the point is, we have 2 days of live panels, and one of them was for Matt, for DiTullio Art Collective, and he announced pre-OAX commissions for both Bianchi and DeMeo. And for the last few months, we've been getting more and more artists to include pre-OAX commissions on sketch cards and on OAX sketch cards as part of what they do prior to the show. And both Bianchi and DeMeo offered sketch card tiers as part of their pre-OAX commissions just a few days ago.
Yeah.
If you go to the oa-expo.com site, and you push pre-OAX at the top, it'll show you everything that we've announced. Miles announced it not that long ago, sold out.
Sold out.
Sold
yeah.
out.
Remember watching the panel? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing, and you wouldn't believe what Bianchi, Bianchi the Grandmaster, he sold out of everything. He has some of his sketch cards left.
Yeah, Bianchi's got I think 3 sketch cards left. If you want them, you just go right to OAX, the website. You can claim them right through there, get a direct email. And then the first time DeMeo offered sketch cards, and we offered 5, and they sold out live on stream. So I'm going to talk to him and see if possibility of maybe adding a few more slots. But I got to get back. But yeah, I was very thankful. Justin, claimed 1 Spidey hit. So
yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, thankful. It's a new medium for him, a new format for him to try out. He's only maybe done, since we've been working together, 3 or 4. and we've seemed to have great response. So he's really looking forward to getting into it and trying some different techniques on the sketch card format.
Insider tip: get a DeMeo sketch card while you can.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Look, I claimed one instantly. As soon as I was like, "What? He's DeMeo's doing one? Yeah, claimed immediately."
And John Wayshak offered a whole bunch of commissions, including sketch cards. They sold out.
I have one of those too.
So there's a lot more coming. I mean, I think Jose I think if you got at least you've got some names, maybe Jose, of some people. We've only announced 40 of the 80 or so artists that are coming to OAX.
Yeah. So for those on the watching the live now that are not traditional comic art collectors, if you're watching and you're a card collector, you're wondering like, hey, what else is there for me at the show? I'm gonna rattle off names of artists that did even classic 90s Marvel cards. That you can take those to the show and get signed at the show. So these are all artists who will be there, already announced. So out of the 40, so there's even more that we haven't announced that did trading cards. And what we plan to do, me, Steven, Matt, and Justin, is tell you which cards from which sets these guys worked on and gals, so that you know what to bring to get signed. So here are the artists. So Jeff Isherwood, Adam Kubert, Bob Layton, Dan Panosian, Jimmy Palmiotti, Kevin Nolan, Humberto Ramos, Brian Stelfreeze, Jonathan Wayshak, Miles Wohl, Simone Bianchi, and Dan Dos Santos. Those are just out of the artists that have been announced. So if you can expect at that same ratio, another dozen artists from the ones that we have yet to announce that did trading cards. And we'll help you guide you and be like, hey, don't forget, bring your Marvel Universe, 1993 card number, 6, 12, and 38, because Jimmy did it. Like, there's those guys have actually done probably over 100 cards easily. Actually, maybe some of these guys have done entire sets, right? Yeah. But not counting like Dan. Some of these guys have done dozens and dozens of. You just don't know because they're not credited on the cards, but they did them. So we'll help you guide you to so you know to bring and get signed. So it's kind of pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really great that you guys offer that, because like you said, a lot of the art, it was either a cover and then got repurposed, or some of the stuff that's not credited. So people being able to put that together, and it'll like jog collectors remember, like, oh, I have one of those, go grab one, put it in the pile. Really cool, because a lot of maybe like even hardcore comic collectors didn't realize that these guys also did cards, and then they can grab those cards that they want, get them signed. So really cool that you're providing sort of like a glossary or an index for collectors to be able to bring. It's really great. It's great.
From all over the world too. Like PJ, you're from Philippines, right? Coming over there. I'm excited that you're coming actually, because you were the first sketch card I ever got like years ago out of a premiere pack. So like,
thanks.
Awesome.
I'm actually I'm going to be flying in from Canada.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So at least I'm closer.
Nice, man. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's not going to be a 12-hour flight.
12 hours. Yeah, well, at least you'll be coming to the warm weather from Canada, into Florida.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Sorry, I don't know this. Have we, will PJ open up a commission list, and/or, is that part of the plans, or will that be at the show? Like, how will that part work?
Funnily enough, I I got the invite just last week, so I'm just still sorting things out. But yeah, I will be opening up a commission list.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to bat hard now, and I'm gonna say, for our collectors who don't have PJ in their collection, I would watch that commission list when it opens up, because he is, the card people will take credit that, PJ does fantastic work. A lot of us have him very high on our artists that we like to collect and follow. So when that commission list opens up, I would quickly jump on it for the art, the non-card collectors on this video.
And those open up on OAX's website, is that correct?
Probably. I mean, we'd probably ask PJ if he can come on our YouTube channel and then announce it, and we'd follow it up with a newsletter. You can sign up for the newsletter on the OAX site, so you can find out about it. And, PJ has his own social media networks and can tell people about it as well. If he can't come on, PJ, you just do it directly. Same with Tony. Tony, we haven't really talked about that. Are you, I can feel you. I can feel you. It always smells funny, though, whenever you show up, Tony. It's crazy. What did you say, fried chicken? It does smell like fried chicken and lavender in here.
Yeah. You might try to give you a kiss or something over there. You might.
You know that yeast smell that your puppy dog has on their paws? You'll always be my puppy dog, Tony. Those Tony Perna eyebrows. So
I gotta show the PJ art for those that know. This is the first one I got. PJ, here I have it with me now. The first one I had gotten out of the thing that you did, right here.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Thanos,
cool.
of course.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
That's wicked.
I love it.
Yeah,
That is
insane. And on the back, and this is your other one too. Do you remember doing this one, PJ?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man. When I like opened up a tin of the premiere and this came out, I was hooked. I'm like, sketch cards, these are amazing.
Nice.
Guys, there's going to be over 80 artists there. 80.
Amazing.
And I mean, we can bring up the floor plan when you feel like it, and we can show you the CAX rooms and the IAX rooms and a little bit of the
I think this is
overview.
a good time for you to do that. So let me get to that real quick.
Because like Dave is here, I want to bring Dave up. I mean, people they always focus on like the dealers or it's the collectors and the artists that bring all the art. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but that bottom right room. Do you have the overview one, Justin? Yeah, there it is. There it is. So people can get an idea here.
Okay.
So you can see the main entrance on the bottom there in the registration. And, basically everything flows kind of to the right naturally. And you go past the Illustration Art Expo room and the first room on the bottom there, the CAX room, that's the main show floor for CAX. CAX actually has two rooms, almost like 8,000 square feet, something like that combined.
Wow.
And when you go past them, there's the main exhibit hall from January. That's 20,000 square feet, 42 artist tables, 41 exhibitor booths, just chock full of madness, right? But when you walk back out to the CAX main room, you can bring up a couple of images up from there. Just above the logo is the floor plan where we can show the main, the inside of the main room. There you go. Thank you. So that bottom right there, those funny looking red squares are 10 by 10 exhibitor booths. And, I think there's a lot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12 total exhibitor booths for the main show floor for CAX. And when you walk in at that top door, those first 3 exhibitor booths will be Tony and Elaine Perna, PJ, and a guy named, I think his name is Ash Gonzalez.
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna get Ash in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta bump somebody.
It's getting busy. You can bump me.
No, I'm not bumping you, but we're gonna add Ash now. Where'd he go? Did he leave?
You could bump me. You could bump me. I'll be back.
No, I think he left.
One.
I don't think he's here anymore.
Oh,
he was in the background.
It's just popped up.
No, that's Matt.
You guys are so small on my screen. I couldn't even tell the difference between you anymore.
Yeah, Ash was hiding out in the background, but yeah, he
Ash is another lurker. He's another lurker like you guys for all the streams. He's there.
So running through this real quick, those booths are going to have people that you know, and I think Justin, I think you're pretty well committed to having a booth yourself and a friend. Yeah.
Yep, gonna have a booth there.
Amazing.
And then Matt Fuller. Matt, we haven't heard from you at all. Matt's going to be there at the bottom where that 16-foot booth is on either side of that. I think Matt, Steven, and Jose will each have a 10 by 10 booth. And that 16-foot booth might even be something that you walk in that will have like 270 or however many degrees of art hanging. And probably, Steven, you tell me different, probably some of the 2016 Marvel Masterpiece Just Go pieces will be there. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So many of you here may know already, but if you don't, the 2016 Marvel Masterpiece set by Joe Jusko, we had a great reveal of that. It was, taken out from the dark dungeon it was hiding for 10 years. And we were able to get it into the hands of a lot of the fans of this. So many of those collectors are actually going to be coming to OAX CAX to pick up their pieces. And then we're also going to be bringing some of our own pieces that we have in our collection now. And then a few pieces that are still left available for people that may want to pick up and have one themselves. So we'll have those, for sure in there, as well as some other key pieces too.
And Matt, you're bringing mostly sketch cards, like in January.
Yep, mostly sketch cards. Hopefully they'll last a little bit this time.
Are you doing? Are you now? I heard a rumor of potentially a 10% cut in the collection again. Is that even possible? Because then I very publicly saw a very large lot of cards come into your collection not that long ago.
Yeah, 10%. Maybe it'll be a half decimation this year. Maybe
Okay.
5%.
There's going to be a lot there. And Jose, your booth, you have any thoughts or plans on it? We actually haven't talked about your booth.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing for my booth, but I do know that, what we've talked about, the team has talked about internally is we like Steven mentioned, we want to have, the Marvel Masterpieces 2016 art. For those that couldn't make it for the initial reveal, we're going to take some pieces there so people can appreciate them. They're absolutely beautiful and stunning in person. And then we know that we want to do, as you know, some sort of tribute to Greg and Tim. So we'll have some select pieces for that as well. So we know that's definitely going to anchor it, and it's going to be tough to top that. But the other things will be just supporting pieces of a mix of modern and classic card art.
Perfect. And then another exhibitor booth will be Luis Alonso, and he'll be there with a couple of friends. And there's actually a couple of exhibitor booths. There's some other collectors that might be coming, or possibly, I'll call them sponsors, but names that you might know, like the Upper Deck, Fanatics, Topps, David Adams sort of level type people. So there are things to announce still. And right across the hall, right there is the Illustration Art Expo in the rooms that are labeled Seminole. And, there's some really big configured booths there, 14, 15, 16, and 20 foot wide. And Dave Palumbo will be there, 2020 Marvel Masterpiece, a brilliant artist, and Dan Dos Santos are probably the ones, and Miles, of course, will be in there, the most relevant for the CAX crew. But there's some, again, amazing people that are going to be in that room. There's going to be stuff that you've never seen before. And the room is designed to really assist or incentivize the artist to bring a lot of art. So I can't stress this enough to you, where we have these special galleries set aside in these different rooms, but these booths are going to have just beautiful art in it, not like one or two pieces. There's going to be quite a lot more. And we'll get back to Dave in a moment, but right above the CAX space that we just walked through, it's labeled Space Coast 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3 are going to be combined into a large room, and that's going to be the CAX special gallery. It's almost like a museum or a gallery presentation of works. And there'll be seating there, and there'll be panels there, and artists will be brought in, and Q&A and live stream. And actually, I think Justin will be conducting quite a number of panels. With any luck, we'll have people even call in. Well, we'll see there. And Space Coast 1, if you come back now out of there, there is an image there for an event. There was one event, and it was very colorful. And Steven, this is Steven's baby. He should definitely talk about the Space Coast 1. Well, let's do a reveal here. There's a show poster.
I could show up. Why don't you let me share real quick? I could do the event space. What's going to be going on in that other room in Space Coast there?
Okay,
right.
So go to which one?
But this is the show poster for the first CAX. It's an unpublished Marvel Masterpiece 22 by, of course, Dan, and we're just, we're honored to have the image and to Dan to do that. And the IAX poster will be a newly painted piece by Dave Palumbo.
Wow.
As well. You guys, you're gonna walk away with two beautiful pieces just as part of your badge to get in.
Will the OA be auctioned?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
So Steve, you want me to make you big, or do you have something?
Yeah. My screen share that I have right here.
Okay. Sorry, my apologies.
There we go. Yeah, so this is an event that we're going to be doing on one of the days in that one space in the Space Coast. We're going to have a large LED screen set up on the wall, and we're going to host what is the first annual box break battle. And,
nice. Annual. I like that.
Yep. And what it is, you can see what's the battle plan. So we're going to have boxes of Marvel trading cards that you can pre-reserve. You'll see that in just a moment here. And it's going to be a head-to-head challenge against two people of the same set. And the winner is really based on different statistics. And this is where you can earn some of these prizes. So there's going to be battle participants. If you end up getting a battle, you'll have one of the cards that's serial numbered. All the battle winners will get one out of the head-to-head, and then the top tier ones as well. So right here, what you could see, the box break battle, these are the sets. There's different tiers. 6 and 7 are sold out already. That's pretty crazy. But tier 1 through 5, we have Topps Marvel Chrome, Marvel Platinum, Fleer Ultra Wolverine, Fleer Ultra Avengers, and Marvel Beginnings. And the way that it works here is you get a box, and you'll be competing against somebody else with a box. And there'll be different statistics or criteria. If anybody's ever played Pack Wars before on ePack, kind of similar to that. But if you haven't, it'll be the one that gets the top strength character, or the one that gets the best PMG that comes out of it all. And if there's any ties, then we'll have a crowd vote as well for that. So it's gonna be a super fun event. I know people love breaks. This is going to be kind of like an Olympic style break. And
Steve, that reminds me of when you and I did a case battle with DeSantos in the room.
Yes,
but a lot of people a lot of people are going to be battling with the artists on the art of these cards in the room as well.
That's right. That might be one of the criteria actually. For if you pull one of the art from the card that is present, because I know like Miles, you have some art in the platinum set that definitely is going to be represented there. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome here. So up here is if you wanted to reserve a box, that's the link. We'll be putting it in some of the channels and socials too. And there's not too many available left. There's just under 100 boxes altogether. And yeah, this is gonna be super cool. I'm participating in it for sure as well. You know me, I'm a box break guy all the time.
Yeah, so wanted to highlight a couple of the key pieces of this. One is that it's going to be live streamed, right? So it's not just going to be shown at OAX live, but it's going to be live on the web. But also that, every participant will get an exclusive card. Only the participants of the box break battle will get them, and only the winner of each box break battle will get a separate card. Yep. So again, we're adding a fun collectible factor to it. So
and you keep the cards you break. If you buy the box, you keep the cards. Those are yours too.
Of course.
Again, I got a few small things, real quick ones. One, Steve has totally undersold the box break battle event production. I'll just leave it at that. You're going to want to be there. The second is, look how quickly we just glazed over the special CAX gallery, the seating, the live streams, and the panels. That's going to be one of the coolest parts of the entire show, and we spend about 60 seconds, maybe 60 seconds on it. That'll give you a hint. It's more and more people are. There's a Friday private reception from 5 to 8 p.m. prior to the show starting on Saturday. It's a VIP ticket. You can get it on the OAX site. It's limited to 300. Last year, like all 180 exhibitors, all the artists and exhibitors, I think 5 people couldn't make it because of airplane problems or spousal problems. I have no idea. 5 people didn't make it. And everyone else made it, right? This time, we limited it to 300, and we expect every exhibitor and artist to be there. But so the show really doesn't start till 5 p.m. at that private reception, and it's 10 to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, right? More and more people are starting to come in on Thursday and leave Monday, and more people are already telling me they're coming in on Wednesday and leaving Tuesday. So let's go to the next event, which Matt Fuller is like the cloud in the sky in the FF movie Galactus, came up with this amazing thing that he ran in January called the Villa. It's back, Matt. Yeah.
All right, I'm making that.
So we have actually doubled it this year. So we have 2 side-by-side vacation rentals. Each, I believe, is 13 or 14 bedrooms. So we have a ton of space for people to hang out throughout the entire weekend. Right now they are filled, but there is a waiting list because 1 or 2 people are on the fence. So if you're interested, let me know. And yeah, it's just a place to do live breaks. Steven was playing Magic there and teaching people how to do that.
Trading. People were trading cards.
People were buying, selling, trading there. We had live breaks there. Justin, you brought the Finding Unicorn boxes.
Yeah, last year was
Retro 2015. I had that one there too.
Yeah, and Masterpieces 08. Yeah.
Yeah, we probably broke about 30 boxes, I think, at least there. So, yeah, it's just a great opportunity to sort of after the show, if you want quiet, just hang out and chat with people time. We've got one quiet villa, and if you're down for the craziness, we have sort of the party villa.
Wow, you have a quiet villa. That's so sweet. Yes. Both of them are still police free and believe in inhaling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Magic the Gathering lessons. I'm happy to do that for free for sure. And I don't know if it should be done in the quiet villa or the loud villa though.
When he says Magic the Gathering lessons, he's talking about with an alpha deck, not any lesson.
That one you have to pay to play. No, just kidding. I'll be bringing that. Hopefully the Marvel card Magic stuff will be out by then. I don't think so, but if it is, I don't know the release date on it, but that'd be awesome to play with that too. If not, then normal stuff. I mean, Dave Palumbo, you have some Magic card art that you've done before. You know, just in the recent one too for Modern Horizons 3, you had a bunch of cards there.
Yeah. Always new stuff. Never know what's coming out until it's public. So the schedule is incomprehensible to me.
Magic's a big component of IAX and OAX, and it's going to bleed in. We part of the reason we went with sort of the generic card art expo is we didn't really want to limit ourselves. So are we Marvel true and true? Yeah. But DC is kind of coming. We're going to have to face that at some point. Upper Deck has it. We love those brands. Let's see what they do. And Batman is still the best. And we can't help that. DC, good on you. Right? But Magic is here, guys. Magic is here. And Dan and Dave and many others have done tremendous work for Magic. Miles, I'm not sure whether you have, but you certainly will. And you can do that little wry smile with the mute on if you want to about it. A wizard did.
Can you do your eyes like this and let's see if we
did you hear Spidey? Things are coming.
Nothing I'm at liberty to talk about.
Hold on, let me make a video real quick.
There's going to be things.
There's going to be a lot of Magic experts there. We announced Tatiana Dykes as our director of events at Comic Art Fans. She's very well known in the Magic community. She runs and admins the Facebook art page that everyone was refreshing to see how much the Wolverine and the other pieces went for. She's going to be bringing in a lot more Magic work. And we're contacted Wizards. She's under, I think, 2 CDAs with them, non-disclosure agreements. I don't know why 2. I guess makes someone feel better in the legal department. But we're trying to get a case of starter kits, starter packs, so that we can just hand out to everybody. And we're going to have 3, 4, 5 sort of, semi-genius or genius level Magic players. Steven, hopefully, will be one of them in the villa, on site, in the collector's lounge. During the show, after the show, teaching people that have always wanted to learn how to play Magic. Because, like Elvis, I don't remember what the line was for Elvis. It was something like 100 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. I think it's the same thing with Magic Gathering. It's a hell of a drug. That game is pretty phenomenal.
Post Malone says that it's the best game ever made. And he said that on a Joe Rogan show.
You got to trust Posty. I mean,
I heard Tatiana say it on a live stream this weekend. So.
But did we also just glaze over? Like, does anybody else wondering? So Dave Palumbo is going to be there? Is there going to be a list? Where do I sign up? How do
there you go.
I'm just going to grab. Or everybody's moving past that. Like, is the list going live, Dave? Are you taking pre-show?
That's why he's here. He's here to make.
You have no idea how much I want to stop this stream and ask Dave whether that last personal piece he painted is still available.
I'm gonna have a list. I just don't have it yet. So,
are you checking it twice and figuring out who's naughty and nice?
Sorry?
Are you checking it twice and figuring out who's naughty and nice?
Yeah.
Yes.
TBA. It's pretty amazing to see these guys, everybody like culminating into one event. I mean, to see a Dave, a Dan, Simone. I mean, those are the 3 guys of the last set. I mean, to even get them under the same building and be able to walk 50 feet and see the last, 10 years of, you know, Marvel trading card masterpiece, you know, guys, it's going to be pretty amazing. So the fanboy in me is like, I need to be walking around at some point to see all these amazing painters that are doing things, you know, Miles, PJ, from seeing his sketch card, like you know, you got to attend to see it all. And when you get there, it's like sensory overload, but it's the best sensory overload you could imagine. It's like,
yeah, perfect. I'm going to have to pay somebody to watch my table so I can go look
exactly
at
the same. Like, hey, you want to watch this for me? I got to go watch Palumbo paint. Sorry.
Same here.
Hopefully, if Topps is there, we can influence them enough to start doing a lot of OA in their trading cards. Let's do it.
I'm really trying to get Topps there, an art director or somebody that they've given a label to short term.
Walk around, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we had Greg Hildebrand coming, guys, but of course he passed away. So I hadn't announced it yet, but we're going to have a memorial and presentation of his works, likely in IAX at the show this year as well.
Huge.
Oh, amazing.
There's one more. I'm so Justin. I don't know we didn't even talk about how much time we have tonight, but there's
we got plenty of time.
There's one more, like I'll call it an event space. I won't call it a safe space. I'll call it an event space. So the hotel and the convention center are one unit. They're connected, which is part of the kind of a cool feel of the show. If you buy a piece of art, you can go up to your room, go to the bathroom, and come down in less than 10 minutes without stopwatch. But what's cool is there's 2 towers. On the top of each tower are 2 penthouses that make up the entire floor. I reserved the 2 penthouses on the, we'll say, South Tower, even though I'm probably wrong. And those 2 penthouses where the keys are being given to Jose, Steven, and Matt. And they're basically going to be after-hour meetup party spaces for CAX people. So you got the villa offsite, which is probably way cooler. Let's just be honest. But if you're already drunk, because there's an open bar for 3 hours, party your badge on Saturday night.
Football on too. So
a friend will hold your hand and take you to the elevator up the tower, and you'll be okay too. Okay.
Hey, and don't forget an incredible breakfast area, which is really important and underrated.
Incredible breakfast area.
Justin,
Especially after a night of drinking, right?
For me, I really look forward to getting up and making myself an omelet, getting some bacon and sausage and coffee.
I'm with Justin on this one.
Justin, I didn't even know about that. I might need to get you to record saying that again for us.
Amazing.
That sounds cool.
Now the tickets are sold out from that.
One take, Justin.
I would tell you, it would dramatically impact my entire experience if I was not able to get good breakfast and coffee to start the day.
Turns out there's a really good French bakery only a block and a half away that I didn't tell anybody about. Yeah. I'll let you know about it.
Oh,
yeah. I just ruined it, but that's okay.
They had a Starbucks on site too, right? Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'll be going there. I'll be like, I need my frappuccino.
You don't want to talk to me until I have my coffee.
So what's funny is I remember, last year leading up to this, the sales pitch was like, hey, we're going to be staying at this hotel, and it's at the entrance of, is it Universal or Disney? I can't even remember now.
Universal. Yeah, it's Universal.
It's at the entrance of Universal. Now that doesn't even matter. It's such a great event. Like, I don't even care.
Yeah, it's like Universal's in the way. Get out of here.
One of the this is important. I'll go ahead and say it. We all spend a lot of money going to shows. If it's in New York or San Diego or even my old hometown Chicago, and we'll make fun of the Great White North, Toronto. Cities can be a little. It's okay, Tony. It's okay. You can protect Toronto. No one else does. So it's expensive. I just went to New York Comic Con, and it was like $60 to get, just $80 to get from the airport to the hotel. My hotel was the size of a closet. It was $400 a night. Orlando has a major international airport. It has direct flights from almost anywhere in North America. Your flight is basically subsidized by Mickey Mouse and Harry Potter. Let's just be honest. And Shamu's ghost at SeaWorld, right? You can go, hey, God rest Shamu. As a show operator, it's great. I can fly in even more artists and help them out and act like I care, right? Go ahead and fly in. I'll pay for it. But we also negotiated a huge contract with the hotel for only $179 a night on the hotel. So I think about how much did 150,000 people pay just to go to New York Comic Con, and if 3% of that was spent on art, we'd already have a amazingly successful art show. Mm-hmm. So we thought, okay, look at Orlando. It's great for families. Everyone wants to travel there. The time of year isn't so bad, right? End of January and February. And you got Disney and Universal and all the promises that you made the kids for the last 4 years that you didn't follow up on, that you can make up on. And it ended up being Couples Con in January. That's the nickname for OAX, is basically, I mean, there were so many couples there. And
and so many artists had that extended plan to go.
I know. Yeah, I had to give them all badges.
And if you really want to go and your wife's like, oh, God, not that comic book nerd stuff again, you can say, you go to Orlando and go see Universal, and I'm going to the comic book show. It's fun for the whole family.
Yeah, I know it's not the most interesting thing to talk about, but genuinely, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a reason why I think we can do a show year in and year out, give people reasons to come back every year, and make it affordable.
Kasra, in a private conversation, you said something that's actually resonated with me for a few days, and I'll risk sharing it. But you said that for you, your intention is what needs to come through. That's what you're selling. You're selling your intention. And you see that in every detail of what you put together with a show. And you're thinking about, hey, how can I create as much alignment as possible for every participant, whether they're selling, attending, working, whatever, because when you create all that alignment with your intention, it works, it performs, and people get to go and have a much better experience because of that intentionality. And I just got to say, and I know you probably hate me for doing this, but there's this there's this phrase that I hear regularly, which is what you focus on expands. And you, obviously along with Jose, Steve, and Matt, but you guys giving your intention and focus on the Marvel trading cards is allowing our hobby to expand in a really healthy way, which includes more people and being able to get together. And I just want to say thank you for that. I, for one, have wanted to have something like this happen for 3 or 4 years, and now for CAX to be taking place and to realize it's actually only the beginning. Just is really special.
I've taken these guys through the ringer too, whether they know it or not. I tested them. They test me a lot too. These are not simple human beings, these 3 people.
Yeah.
They're like top level human beings and professionals in the IT world, medical, sales, financial. These are not normal human beings. And believe me when I say that they care, and I can't say that about a lot of people. The other thing too is things are about to get a little weird. That's all. Upper Deck has DC, Topps, Fanatics. Who are you? Who are you? We don't have no idea who they are, what they're going to do, right? And I don't know. I watch Fausto. I see the emotion on the sleeves of a lot of people in the community, and this is an opportunity to, I guess, get a little more foundational and focal during a turbulent time too.
Agreed. And the collector's undefeated. Companies come and go.
Thank you.
Brands come and go. But the collector's undefeated. And it's important for us to realize, but without this type of event, for us to really dig in together and really connect even stronger, the foundation isn't as strong as it could be. But thanks to CAX, I believe we have a bright future as collectors.
And we'll double in size next year, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yep. I think we can influence the direction of the whole hobby too, if it get it there. I mean, making an impact here. So, Kasra, what you say about Topps and Fanatics coming in here, I'm sure if they're not there with us, they're watching, and they're going to see what the collectors want. And if they're smart businessmen too, they would obey what the masses and their customers are asking for. So let's see.
Yeah. I think real quick, not only is CAX awesome, but to even go back, I've been going to comic book conventions and was very heavy into comic books for over half my life since I've been 16, going to conventions. And I alive for the Silver Age, you know, collectors, and going to San Diego Comic-Con when there was like just a pop-up table and you could go. But coming from a guy that has seen the change happen in conventions where it went from artist-driven art, books, dealers to some Funko Pops, then some stuffed animals, and then some things like I lived through the change. I was watching it and like actually hating part of the hobby that I loved. I was starting to grow weary of going to conventions and the people and the celebrities and all this stuff. I couldn't even get to what I wanted. So then when I ended up, you know, stumbling upon Comic Art Fans, and then, you know, turning into, you know, OAX, the Julio Art Collective will sponsor OAX for any year that it ever exists, because I wholeheartedly believe that we needed some type of event like this. And it was a true like testament to Bill and Kasra and, you know, putting the event together for like the, if you build it, they will come moment. And, you know, CAF is very lucky to have a guy like, you know, Kasra at the helm, because it could have very easily been, well, this is ours now. But to have the, you know, just original Art Expo, but to have the foresight to say, well, let's bring in card art, let's bring in illustration art, let's unite these hobbies that have had these mini little, you know, parties or invitation only things or small conventions, and let's bring them all together and intermingle. And at the end of the day, we're all there to be collectors. We're all there because we appreciate it. So not only, you know, founding the event, but then expanding the event and really, you know, uniting a lot of the different communities. You're going to get to meet. First year I went to OAX, I met so many collectors, so many different types of collectors, card art, sketch art. And when now you're dedicating small portions of this bigger event to very specialized things, and you're getting amazing artists from those areas to come in, it's really, it's a masterful plan that's really been coming together, and it's phenomenal for the collector. And if you are a collector of anything, coming to something like this will give you a refresh if you've had fatigue. And if you experience it for the first time, you're coming to any type of event, you're going to feel something that you're going to want to return to. And it's really an amazing experience bringing these communities together. So I think not only the event, but having the foresight to say, let's bring everybody together here. Let's unite these and give each one their own specific space is just really awesome. It's
a collector of everything except for Funko Pops, right?
Yeah.
That's the F word. We don't say that word here.
Jose has something. That's right. Jose has something.
Yep. So for those of you watching this live or recorded, if you already have tickets to the event, you're in for a treat, right? You're gonna get this is gonna be the premier convention that you're gonna go to, you know, maybe ever. Like it's amazing. For those of you on the fence, you know, like Matt said, this is a convention by collectors for collectors. We essentially built for you what we wanted someone to build for us. You know, we built what was missing when we went to the San Diego Comic-Cons and New York Comic-Cons. Well, we built what was missing from those. We took the good parts, we added the missing parts. We have built that for you. And what you're coming for, yes, there's going to be a lot of cool art to buy. Yes, there'll be cards to buy. Obviously, so much that nobody can afford all of it. But really, what you're going to come out of this is with an experience. Okay, you're paying for an experience that you're going to have a wonderful memory for the rest of your life. You're going to connect to artists. Again, over 80 artists that are all incredibly nice, right? They wouldn't be invited if they weren't, right? So you're gonna get a wonderful artist connection, and a chance to get autographs or art to kind of memorialize that connection. And the other thing is you're gonna be able to connect with collectors, your fellow collectors, that you honestly can't get at these big conventions. Like, you know, you get lost in them. You find like the one other Marvel card collector, the two other Magic guys. Like you get lost in the hustle and bustle. This is a lot. It's gonna be like you know that Blind Melon song, and I'm kind of dating myself here, where the bumblebee finally finds her other bumblebees at the end. That's what this convention is. Each of us is this bumblebee, and when you get to OAX, you're gonna find your fellow bumblebees. All right, or maybe we can play the song at some point during there. So like, if you're on the fence, like, listen. On the card side, there was about 40 of us that were like card specific, you know, card like primary last year. I want to say like between 95 and 100% of us are returning for this show, and we're up to like over 60 now coming this year. So if this wasn't good, people are not going to be flying in to do it again. This is amazing. Like, this is the premier con if you collect comic art, if you collect comic card art, if you collect Marvel cards or DC card. Like, this is it. If you're gonna do one show this year, this is the show to do.
All I can say is OAX is pretty. There
we go.
I buy a lot of sketch cards. I'm gonna go broke.
Well, I have my guitar. It's playing no rain for you right now.
Justin, I should tell people, there's that private reception on Friday, 5 to 8. It includes dinner and an open bar for 3 hours. Try to get a VIP ticket while you can. It's really worth it. You get to hang out with David Finch and ask him what type of gin he likes to drink. On Saturday, when the show closes at 5, you go right over to the next room, the auction room, and there's 70 or 80 pieces up in the auction, mostly from the artists attending the show. Part of it's to raise money for nonprofits. The Hero Initiative supports creators in their time of need, and the Jack Kirby Museum and Research Center are two choices this year. And for about 2.5 hours, it'll be all-you-can-eat pizza and an open bar again. So again, that will be done hopefully by 7:30, which means that you'll have carbohydrates in your stomach, booze through your veins. You'll be feeling good, and you can go out in Orlando and do anything that you want to do. Have fun.
That's the intention I was talking about, folks. Awesome. Look, the VIP night is a real deal. That's where I got to meet David Finch for the first time.
Oh.
And I left and we went and had a private dinner together. With Miles. Okay. So, but if I had not got, it wasn't as amazing. It was the best time. Eric Grove went. Yeah. But if I hadn't got the VIP ticket, that would have never happened.
I put the show together and it didn't happen.
By the way, I would not be surprised if this was not the only sketch that David did on a trading card that weekend. I know he did comics and stuff like that, but being at the VIP is where I was able to develop that initial connection.
So VIP was phenomenal. The last time I met Dave Finch was over a decade before, and I was standing at his table the first time I had gone to San Diego Comic-Con, getting a commission from him. I told him, someday I want to be on the other side of the table doing this. And then to meet him at the VIP, and then we went out to that dinner, it was pretty awesome. Then the next day, he actually bought a piece of art for me, which was a phenomenal experience.
Miles posted the photo.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I have a serious question.
Oh, Tony, you've been quiet this whole time, and you start with serious?
What kind of pizza are we going to have?
Oh, God.
It's a good question.
Are you Sicilian? What's Perna? Where are you from?
We're actually we're near the heel. We're Puglia. Pugliese.
You see, I could feel it. Tulio, I could feel it that he was from a little further south.
Hey, I got a question for Tony now. Tony, are you going to have original art from your Perna Studio sets available at OAX for us to look at and maybe buy?
All the original art, the artists own.
Well, if those Halloween sketch cards that we're missing come in, there's still 65 sketch cards coming in.
Yes, but I do plan to. I do want to set up that pre-commission, the pre-show commission to do.
Awesome.
I definitely want to do sketch cards for that, and I already talked to Kasra about donating some original larger inked pieces that I'm going to work on, some 9x12s for the auction.
Wow.
I need some of your art, man. I have Dave, I have PJ, I got Miles. I need some more of your stuff. So
yeah, you gotta come over, I'll rub your belly, and then we can do the art.
Yeah, so I messaged you on Comic Art Fans, like, is that Thanos available? You're like gone for a long time. We're like, oh man, no, never mind.
But there's probably going to be some more Thanos things there.
Jose said it earlier. If you're watching this, you can come and not spend money and have an amazing time.
Mm-hmm.
But look, there's going to be some stuff there that you're going to be really attracted to. There's going to be stuff there that you didn't even know you would be attracted to, and then you're going to want to buy it. That's what happened with me with my OAX piece here in the auction.
And then there's an open bar, then you're going to really buy it.
Yeah. Look, it happened to me, and I don't even drink. So
no open bar at the auction last year saved me at least 10,000.
Yeah.
Easy.
But
I had some sense about me. Now this year I'm gonna have to really be like watchful.
I'm really watchful too.
Right. I don't know if you had any sense. I can't imagine if it was any worse.
But as a community who I know loves and supports their artists, this is a really good place to support your artists because they need to make money. That's just a fact. And to be able to get to know them, appreciate their art in person, it's always different when you see it in person, especially original art. But then also to be able to be, a Patreon and support them financially in some way, it really makes a difference.
I agree with you, Justin. But for us, it's also getting to meet a lot of you in person. Like, I'm in Canada. What?
The pizza in Canada.
So unless we meet someone at Fan Expo, then we pretty much don't see them.
And who comes up for Fan Expo? So, for us, this is exciting. When I seen the reviews for the first one that you guys did back in January, the first OAX, I was blown away. And I kept saying to Elena, I says, I want to be part of the next one. I've got to be a part of the next one. I go, I have to be part of the next one. And then I get the PM from Matt, and I had to read it like 3 times just to make sure. I'm thinking, okay, he's messing with me.
Tony,
cruel joke. He wants to see me cry.
No, the cruel joke was me waiting 4 months to actually formally invite you. That was totally on purpose.
It's all right, sir.
Rug him along.
We can have words in person.
I thought you weren't gonna email me anymore because Matt messaged me and he was like, Kasra's gonna send you a message, and I waited like, oh, it's been a month and nothing's there. What's happening?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
wow.
I'm really
Kasra getting roasted.
I'm really excited because
you don't have much to do you, Kasra?
Dave, how long?
None of this should work. I don't feel roasted at all.
Ash he's back here too. He had to wait a little while as well. So don't feel soloed out.
Yeah, I left the CAX guys for last. Yeah.
No, but I think one thing that I also want to piggyback on that Justin said, in coming from a guy that really started reading comics, then buying comics, then collecting the pages to covers, to having a whole part of the process, getting introduced to card art, and now learning about magic myself, things like if you are just a creative person and you want to be around some of the most brilliantly creative people you could ever imagine, come to OAX. There is just not a place in the world where you're going to be able to walk, other than OAX in January, where you're going to be able to walk and watch Dave Palumbo paint, take 50 steps, watch Miles Wool paint, see Dan DeSantos paint, Simone Bianchi, Adam Hughes creating Copic marker, stunning pieces. Like, you're not going to see Humberto Ramos drawing Superior Spider-Man, and then next to him is Dave Palumbo painting. Like, you just don't see it. And like, I try to always visualize it like you get a little individual glimpse of like a small version of what they're like in their studio. Obviously, every artist would prefer their studio 1 million times over working at a convention. But when there's not 50,000 people surrounding and food trucks and music, and you just get to watch a guy paint, it's just an amazing thing. And then you can just keep on moving along. So you can go there with the intention of not spending money, but you're going to end up putting something on your credit card because you just can't help it. It's just, at least I can't. I have no idea.
Next year, maybe 26, make Simone Bianchi bring his drum set, and I'll bring my guitar.
Oh, God.
Jam.
Wait, Steve, you don't want to do that.
Oh, yes,
I'll sing Blind Melon if you do that.
Okay, everybody's let's have you guys open.
Someone needs to dress up as the bee.
Everyone should dress up as the character they collect.
Oh, there we go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, it'll be me.
I know we
I want to see Matt Fuller as Danny Moonstar. That would be amazing.
Yeah, but you're going to be Magic. You're not going to be Spidey. You're going to be Magic.
Hey, I'm going to Spidey.
Yeah,
Magic. Magic.
Dress up like Magic. That's it. Yeah.
Magic for sure for Spidey. Magic for Justin.
Yeah, thanks. Now I can't get that out of my head.
Hercules for Justin.
Just in
like a gladiator. Just something very simple.
Kasra, are you gonna dress up like MODOK? You're gonna be hovering.
I actually started building it's a head unit thing, right? That makes it. Yeah, I'm building my own foam one. You guys realize, please, all of that art in that room pales in comparison to the amount of art that the collectors are bringing. And what I love about art, if you believe in the sort of mystical thing at all, art tends to find like where it's supposed to go. So like a Magic piece might go to Justin. Justin has a Rogue piece or a Storm piece or something. The stuff starts gravitating kind of where it's supposed to go. And that's the kind of stuff that happens at a show at OAX, because you're working on a scale and a concentration that it's kind of impossible to happen any other way. So bring your art, share your art. There'll be trading, and they'll just be surprises, you know.
I love that.
To your point, Kat, I'm not going to relive the story, but that happened with me and James last year. I didn't get to see every booth or meet all the people or see all the art, but I did gravitate to the art I was supposed to see last year, and it was a Wolverine versus Spidey comic, and it was unbelievable. It was one of my favorite moments of OAX. And I would tell you, when you come, that's going to happen to you. You're going to have that moment and realize, wow, I can't believe I'm seeing this art in person for the first time.
Yeah.
The art the collectors brought was scary.
I'm gonna be in all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing a lot of the original paintings, like the Jusco stuff, and
I'm gonna be taking
Dan's
a lot of photos.
and Miles and Dave.
A lot of photos.
Our tables will basically going to be empty the whole show. We're going to be walking around.
Like Jose and I and the other people coming, like we have such a massive private collection. Like it'd be good to get, find out what people are interested in seeing. Maybe we can, curate it and bring in some of it. Because
we've tried. We actually are thinking about, for future shows, figuring out a room or a virtual environment or a message board, something that people can come on. Everyone has their own Facebook groups and private chats and Discords and text message. It's endless, right? But we're thinking about having a little bit of like a bulletin board, almost old school style thing for people to say, I'm going to be there. This is what I'm going to bring. Who's interested? Just so that there's one place for it. It's searchable and all of that stuff. Because it's kind of chaotic. You don't understand what 500 collectors and 180 exhibitors in a room was like. It doesn't sound like much. It's actually borderline insane.
I'd say hardcore collectors, not even collectors. I mean, these are guys that go in and
yeah, that's the thing is you're also getting, artists that are coming with a full portfolio or they're drawing or working. And then you have collectors bringing on top of that, plus what some of the, phenomenal comic art dealers bring. Like, you just get to see things, even if you're not going to buy it, like getting to see an original ASM cover, which there was a couple there last year. And like, I got to hold one, like from the original run. I was like, this is it. This is amazing. You just don't see that stuff. So the amount of art that's in there, and to get to see some people's way of collecting, whether they're a character collector or an artist collector or a cover collector, an interior or a double page, and they just have whatever it is, they just have it. And it's page by page by page in their portfolio. It's like amazing to see the way people collect and what they have in their collection.
Matt, at one point last year, I walked up to this wall of, it was almost cover art, almost all comic cover art. And sitting on the floor was just a Bill Sienkiewicz Elektra cover.
Oh my God. The Donnellys, Matt. Donnellys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, this is just on the floor.
Justin, I went to San Diego Comic-Con. They had the Magic and Ileana limited series. They had the covers to 1, 2, and 3 on the wall.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I missed that.
Kasra, you were mentioning us, like our backgrounds, like being in tech and like some of in finance, and about my background, I'm in tech, like emerging technology, like blockchain and stuff. And we had talked about in the future maybe making a gathering place, like a virtual environment.
This is why Steve's under an NDA.
I'm sharing my screen. I don't know if you want to show Justin, like a little template. This is a metaverse I developed that people can log in and join and like look at some of the stuff, posting up art, and you can even purchase it through here too if you set up that way. Like Palumbo, there's a Punisher you have there in DeSantos, and it's kind of like a multiplayer game, and you can fill up the gallery as much as you want. But it's a concept right now too that you don't need to sign up or register for anything. You could chat with people as well, and when they're in there, and link it to the outside world. So this is something I created, and it's done through NFTs, but using it the right way, not like.
Would be cool is like if you had your whole gallery available, but you only had like 15 spots, but people could choose their favorite 15, and then you could use that data to choose which 15 you brought.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we could put as unlimited amounts of the art that you have here to do it. So that's something I was thinking to do for a future iteration of what Kasra had mentioned too.
Kane, to get entrance into that, you still have to have a ticket.
Can I buy a goat skin for my character?
That darn goat.
Do you have the box break link handy for the chat? Because Alberto's asked for it a couple times.
Yes, I will put it in our internal chat here too.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Look, I'll get, and for those watching live, I'll get the links and drop them in the description a little later tonight, so people can have easy access if they're watching the video.
Yep.
Thank you. And again, there's going to be more than 80 artists there. A lot of them have history in Marvel cards and obviously in sketch cards. And Jose, Matt, and Steven are they're going to make the effort and put that list together for the community. But I guarantee
we haven't said the dates yet at all.
January 24 to 26. Yeah, I'm not going to sell anything. Find out yourselves. All right, find out yourselves. The point is, I guarantee you, if you walk around that show with 80 artists, you're going to walk away with minimum five artists that you didn't know of, whose work you love, that you're going to want a sketch card of, or a cheap page, or whatever it is, whatever cheap is to you. There's going to be options, but the fun thing is you're going to find artists that you didn't know and that you end up following for years. Mm-hmm. Can we show Dan's poster just a little bit longer? It was going to be kind of like a big reveal.
Yeah,
Dan wanted to be here, but he teaches until 11 o'clock Eastern. Secretly, I've been running my mouth trying to make this a 2-hour show because Dan said if you got out early, he was going to jump on.
Yeah, we can wait till he gets.
Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, so a little backstory. So Dan painted this piece for Marvel Masterpieces 2022. It was approved by Upper Deck and Marvel. It was supposed to be a trading card in the set, and then for whatever Upper Deck reason, it didn't happen. Right, but now we get to enjoy it on a poster as the official poster for comic art fans.
And that was the idea, Justin. The idea was like get an unpublished 2022 Marvel Masterpiece, make it as the poster, and it's a little bit a little bit of a kiss goodbye to Marvel Masterpieces.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Here's where I want to add that over the years there have been art for many of the Marvel Masterpieces sets that didn't make it into the actual set for many reasons. Let's just say that one of the objectives of the CAX aspect of the show is to bring those cards, into collectors' hands in a way. So,
do y'all pick up what Jose's putting down?
That's beautiful.
Yeah. This will make you a tiger collector.
Caballero Publications Limited. It's just been launched.
Justin, I put down the link there from comment failed to post. So if you want to put it in there.
I don't see it.
Yeah, look in our private chat there. I put it up.
Thanks for coming on, Matt. Tulio left.
I'll put it up in just a second. I really would like to hear from Dave Palumbo. Dave, last year you did not attend OAX. I'm sure there was a good reason, but tell me, what has you attending this year? What is?
It's not his fault.
Into it? No,
I think I didn't know about it until it was almost happening. Was it you, Justin, that asked me if I was going, or it might have been one of the Glass Brothers. Somebody who I met at the gallery in North Carolina messaged me at some point and asked if I was going to be at the show, and I was like, "What is OAX? I don't know what you're talking about." And and so when I found out about it, it was just too late for me to get down there. But I was like, I definitely wanted to make it happen this year, if at all possible. So
I'm thrilled that you're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. Could have been Dan, because Dan was there for the whole time too, hanging out everywhere at the villa, playing Magic with us, and he helped us hang hard too.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing any photography while you're there as well?
Probably. I probably will be trying to stay at my booth as much as I can. It's unfortunately the necessity of of being at the show is to be available. So, but it sounds like there's going to be a lot of like after hours stuff too. So I'm sure I'll always have a camera on me for.
You're gonna have a blast, Dave. You're gonna have a blast, and we're lucky to have you joining us.
Yeah, we are.
I'm looking forward to it so much.
Dave, I was thinking about bringing my my one Julie Bell piece there as well. Yeah, if you want.
Oh, the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it for
That's
sure.
That's crazy because we're thinking about bringing Julie Bell.
Yeah. Well, Julie Bell. I think Dave, you said this is the first Marvel piece that she painted, right?
As I recall, yeah.
Wow.
I definitely have to bring it out.
Yeah, I would put that on my list of things for you to bring.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd love to.
Yeah, it's an awesome one. I won't show it off here now. I'll keep the suspense for the event.
But as James Siegel said earlier, you need to bring your Starlin Thanos comic covers.
Oh man, that's my grail. Yeah, for sure. They're huge. They're massive. They are beautiful. And yeah, I will love to bring those and show. Maybe I could have my own Thanos booth art gallery for like a theme. Actually, my own convention. It'll be like Thanos Con.
It would be on brand. I'd encourage you to do
it. Yeah.
We could definitely do like $100 tickets for Monday at Steve's house, like a one-day show at Steve's house.
That's a satellite event there. Oh,
easy.
Man. Giving me some ideas, yeah.
Paint Steve up purple like Thanos.
Yeah, I have some gauntlets I'll put on there. So, give me an idea. I might in the future have like a little gaming club down in Miami anyway. So if anybody lives in South Florida, thinking about doing the Mana Vault and having a, who wants to go to like the gym and work out when you can go to instead the gaming club and go work out your Magic the Gathering and Pokemon.
Don't work on this. Work on this.
Yeah, that's right. But also have like art and collectibles there, and make it again more awareness too, because lots of foot traffic in Wynwood. If you've ever been there before, there's graffiti art all over the place that is amazing. Like street art. I personally am not a big fan of street art, but if you are, Wynwood area, which is kind of like just north of downtown Miami, has amazing like street art and graffiti art, and there's tons of foot traffic there. Wanted to have some type of like art representation in a gallery there. Plus my room, there's no more room in my room, so I need to like put it somewhere else. So
I gotta be honest. Like while you were talking, I was imagining Miles as Mr. Brady in the Brady Bunch, and I was like, Matt and I are Greg and Marcia, right? I think PJ the what's her name? Alice?
Am I the maid?
You're the little baby girl or boy, one or the other.
Cindy
or you and Jose.
So
I can't help myself. It's getting. We have a lot
in the middle.
We have. What are you, Tony? What?
What? No, I said wasn't Alice in the middle?
I thought she might be. That would have been that sounds right. That's better fit for Miles.
I thought it was Malcolm.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
Kasra?
Yeah.
What made you and Bill decide to put this together in the first place? I'm always curious about that. I mean, this is brilliant. I love the idea. I think original art definitely needs its own showcase, and the way you guys are doing it is freaking fantastic.
Thank you.
What made the wheels go and say, you know what, we should do this? Was it because of the Lake Como con that they have there where it's all artists, or did you get an inspiration from that, or did you say we need something here in North America?
Well, Bill had comic art fans for 20 years.
Yeah.
And so up until the pandemic, it was, it was basically a website at a distance. He would see people occasionally at a show. So he helped kind of build the community, but it was still sort of virtual. A lot of it was virtual interaction. And Bill had been involved in putting conventions together, the Big Wow convention in San Jose. He was a part owner of that with Steve Morger. And Steve Morger, after the Big Wow, started the Lake Como show in Italy. Tatiana actually helped put Big Wow together as well, and is our director of events now. And she helped with the Como show as well. When Bill and I kind of reconnected at the start of 23, for at least 3 or 4 years, he'd wanted to put a show together. I don't know. I don't really think it was elaborate. It was just the idea of putting a show together, right? There's a big calf community. Why not put a show together? Maybe 5,000 square foot, maybe 10 artists, maybe a couple of auction houses. And that's kind of where we started. And I'd done art rep work for 20 years. You know, I've been in the gallery world. I've curated shows. I'm big in the illustration world. And so I brought some different things. I'll just put it that way. And we started working together. And then I basically broke down CAF and said all the things that we could do. Half of them, he said, "Oh, I always wish we could do it." The other half, he looked at me like I was nuts, that kind of thing. Decided that I would be the CEO, decided we put the show on. And by the time we launched it publicly in June, it was like a 45,000 square foot show with a minimum of 45 artists.
Okay.
And then even past that, we grew it out. And, you know, I basically gave him an ulcer for a year, right? But we used OAX. Use is a strong word. I wanted it to be a platform for all the things that CAF could be. And so things that CAF comic art fans and Bill had dreamt of, the stuff that I wanted to do, and I wanted to do them at a scale. And I wanted OAX to kind of be like the annual representation of that. And so the model was to follow a little bit of the Lucas Museum's lead on what they define as narrative or storytelling art, of which comic art is a cornerstone of it, but includes illustration and animation and film and movie art as well. And then have OAX be sort of the umbrella for housing those different types of art, and have CAF kind of grow out and spread its wings and go global and do the things that it's doing. And so far, so good.
Perfect. I can only see this getting bigger and bigger every year.
Yep.
I hope so. I don't know. I want it to be, our responsibility is to the creators that come there, and then the collectors to have, to be like happy, satisfied, invigorated, surprised, find something they didn't think they'd find, meet people, friends, all of that. And that's a big responsibility. So it's really just about the number of attendees sort of outrunning the ambition or what we do. Again, Dave has dropped off here, poor guy, but Dave and Dan were like, I knew I wanted to make the illustration art expo, but how do you build that out predominantly in a comic centric community or a cards centric community? Well, you have them all interplay as much as possible, and you select people that are just geniuses and diverse and experienced. So Joe Jusko has worked in comics, has worked in illustration, has done classical illustration, has done Marvel masterpieces, yada, yada, yada. So you just have to be strategic about how you build it out. And because you don't want to force feed people. And then you show them interesting stuff, and maybe they end up not collecting it, but maybe they go, wow, when I spend $30,000 on this Bronze Age Gil Kane cover, maybe I could spend some of it here sometimes too. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's healthy. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's healthy, and I feel like the motherships from space is dropped into Los Angeles, the Lucas Museum, and it's going to be kind of healthy as well, and kind of a guide for the kind of things that we're going to do.
And so now you have like this. You have like this three-legged stool of comic art, illustration art, and card art. Mm-hmm. It's going to give, not that it needed more stability, but it's going to give it a lot of great structure for growth.
Yeah, I believe that. I completely believe that. I mean, come on, we all have like dabbled, and then you can use different words. The words kind of fall short, but I'm going to use quick words. We get it inhibited. We get a little fearful. We're a little bit less comfortable. And it doesn't take very much. Again, I come back to the same kind of analogies, but there was a time when I was like 24 and someone played, let's say Mississippi Fred McDowell and Son House and, Robert Johnson. Blind Mississippi McTell, they played like hardcore blues music for me. And all of a sudden, for the rest of my life, blues music existed. It was a thing. It lived in me. I went and I found like the blues music that I liked, and it was part of my musical repertoire as an upright ape. Okay. Yeah. And it's the same sort of thing. If we all get locked into only buying Marvel and DC art from a particular time period in our lives, we're going to get 30 years older, and we might have been satisfied with the candy that we were eating, but there were a lot of other things that we could have been doing in the meantime.
Yeah.
And so I think we should totally obsess about Marvel art. You can even obsess about a time period like 93 to 98 if you want to, but obsess about a few other things too, and let the obsession that's supposed to win. I'm all about have 50 obsessions, maybe 45 of them win, and get rid of the 5 bad ones, but don't only have one. That's all I'm asking. That worries me for you. Sorry. I'm not allowed to do that. I believe in free will, but when you have one, I worry a little bit.
Don't go broke on the process either.
Sorry?
And don't go broke on the process either.
Yeah.
And having more than one hobby, for lack of a better term, is a way to make sure you don't, because you don't get so hyper focused on everything. Got to have it for one, because it's okay for me to miss that over here because I got this other thing.
And I'm not talking about I'm not even talking about buying yet. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about absorbing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's absorb. I want to make clear, like I'm not telling people go and buy everything. No, there's going to be a European sci-fi fantasy painted cover art collection from Switzerland in a special gallery in January. Have fun.
Yeah, that's really, you get a lot of perspective, and like when you diversify your interests that way too. Like I love music, I write music and I critique it, but completely different than what I do with all the trading card art and Marvel card art. Like I suck at drawing, so I appreciate this as a enthusiast and a hobby collector. Like for all the amazing stuff that Dave and Miles and PJ, Tony, you guys take. I think it's an amazing talent. But music for me is different. I look at it completely different because I've been writing for 25 years, and I overanalyze it, and actually hate going to music conventions because I don't know. It's like I feel like it's not fun. It's more like a competition in a way, or judgments and stuff. So it's a different perspective. But I love listening to music. It's very personal and private.
Well, it's good to have an open mind going into something like this. I mean, open mind and try to absorb everything you can, or at least experience as much as you can.
Yep.
Yeah. In the meantime, you meet all these interesting people.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I personally collect. People that watch the streams I've done with Justin and other ones, or the Cribs episode. I love cards, Magic, and stuff. But I like, behind me that there's like my book collection. Which Kasra saw, first edition books, Lord of the Rings, and
incredible books.
Oh wow, those are rare.
Yeah. I know this isn't a stream about that, but I have like
those are rare.
Yeah. I have the very from 1804, the first calculus book ever made by Isaac Newton, Principia. So,
really? Like that. I don't even know where you get something like that.
Will you be bringing your Lord of the Rings painting?
It's a big one.
I know.
I could, because it is a Hildebrandt, and
I would in honor of the Hildebrandt.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, this is the year to do it. So,
I have you and Jose on my list to talk to about the memorial.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds. Yeah. Because last OAX, the Korshak collection, which was like amazing, he had a Lord of the Rings piece from the Balrog, which was like, that's probably the one piece I looked at the most, just standing in front of it for like.
Me too. That was the piece for me.
Yeah, it was insane.
Guys, did we just skip through Steve saying that he had a copy of the Principia by Isaac Newton?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, where did he get something like
we
that?
Also we skipped through him having multiple Hildebrandt calendar Tolkien calendar pieces as well.
It's like where do you want the stream to go when he's in his room?
Yeah, this is another museum here.
Stephen, will you be showing the Ark of the Covenant? Where you own it?
Oh my
just the Holy Grail.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like the Indiana Jones episode. So yeah, this is let me read it to you.
That clamshell was just made to house the actual book.
Yeah, that's
right?
not the actual book.
Yeah.
The actual book is a relic.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
before
I have to damage it to show us.
Yeah. So yeah, the greatest work in the history of science. First complete edition in English of Newton's Principia, the original boards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Amazing.
awesome.
Wow.
This is a
Yeah, see, look how fragile that would be. You can't touch it. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
Yeah, when you open it up, like your int goes up by 2, like a video game.
That's so cool.
Hey, I've been in the same room with that.
Yeah, 1803. I don't know if you can see in the stream. I'm trying not to, the brittle pages on this.
Yeah, incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So it's the first edition of math. I guess you can
Very
say.
rare, something like that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us.
Steven procures a lot of amazing things.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe. I have the first print of Edgar Allan Poe poems. Just so it's just a long way of saying I agree with you. We're mentioning Kasra about being interested in many things too, because it's just follow your passion too. Like I always just get what I like. Like all of my books are ones I get my favorite books. Like as a kid throughout my years, and I like sci-fi, and I have Dr. Seuss ones too because I read that as a kid a lot and has a lot of sentimental memories with it.
Steven, do you know where Amelia Earhart is?
I do. I can tell you, but
he's not at liberty to disclose that information.
I'll tell you who Satoshi is too.
There's a variety of flower that only grows in his backyard, and I won't tell you the reason why, Tony.
You aren't allowed to pick?
Yeah, they say grow rare flowers that you're not allowed to pick if you're hiding.
Yeah, it's a lotus, particular breed of lotus. That's
Now you're scaring me because you thought about this too much.
Clearly a black lotus, yes.
Okay, maybe. It's banned. It's on the reserve list.
What? Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll save for another stream.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you for having everyone on. That was like a family event. Thank you.
It's just a small taste of what it's actually going to be like for us to be together in person with all the art, hanging out, having a great time. I can't wait.
I'm gonna tackle PJ when I meet him.
Oh, look, I'm gonna get
to it.
I'm gonna get to meet the Pernas in person.
I'm gonna be
tackled.
Boy, you're gonna be disappointed.
I mean,
this is so exciting because I've been working with the Pernas for like what 10 years.
A long time.
Yeah,
that's
we've
crazy.
Never met.
And I've been doing I've been commissioned by Matt for like since I started. So yeah, this is the first time I've seen him moving actually. So this is big for me.
DJ, I got some commissions from you too, like some larger ones, like 4 or 5 years ago.
The Thanos one, I think.
I got that one, the Galactus Silver Surfer one.
Yeah.
I have a Spider-Man Venom one. Yeah, I mean, I fell in love with your art too. From before I met all these crazy guys here, I was by myself, like just geeking out, opening packs of cards, and like PJ sketch.
PJ, how do you feel about Magic?
Oh yeah, I don't know how to play Magic.
No, the X-Men character.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good. You're gonna get very frustrated with Magic coming now. They're talking about Magic the character or Magic?
Magic with a K.
How meta will it be when there's the Magic the Gathering Magic card?
Magic and Magic.
You need a magic card of Magic.
I have one word for you. I have one word
Would
for
that be
you.
magical?
It's gonna be magical. That's it.
And then you can do a magic trick and make it disappear. So.
But we are sincerely grateful for getting the invite to this. We're really excited about it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we're excited. I'm really nervous.
I'm probably going to be geeking out. I'll be like, oh my God, there's Justin! Running over there. Oh my God, there's Steve! Running over there. Oh my God, running over there. Yeah, I'll be nice.
I will not autograph sketch cards. I will not do that.
Steve, sign this.
It's like, wait, I want your autograph. You want mine? Oh my God, what are you doing?
Sign my shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw that sweet Thanos he did. I need to get a card from Justin.
That's right. The new top set. I have a Thanos auto card now. It's awesome.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, awesome. This is going to be really fun.
Jose, you got anything you want to say before we start to wrap it up?
No. I know. I'm excited. I said in my speech earlier, it's going to be a really good time. It's going to be nonstop. It's going to be nonstop when you're
Jose,
there.
are you a karaoke guy? Jose?
Yeah, he brought up.
I enjoy hosting karaoke.
Yeah.
Okay,
I enjoy hosting
that's
karaoke.
a very specific role, but I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sing because I'm not gonna host and not sing, but I enjoy hosting it more than actually singing.
Okay.
I only rap. I only do karaoke rap.
Is there gonna be karaoke in one of the penthouse?
Well, yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, karaoke machine on Amazon overnight, $33. I can buy 5 of them. What do you want?
I'm all for it.
Guys, I'm Filipino. It's a national sport in our country.
Yeah, we literally have a private plane coming from the Philippines with like 10 Filipino artists and.
Can we please have karaoke if we're gonna have all the Filipinos?
PJ, we were talking about renting a bus and taking everyone to the new Jollibee that just opened up in Orlando.
Get ready to be blown away.
We will do it.
What about you, Matt? You got anything you want to add before we sign off?
No, I'm just trying to catch up on sleep ahead of time.
Each time, like,
you got 2 months.
I have my first child arriving in 3 weeks. So
my goodness.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So happy for you, man.
I'll be coming there with no sleep into that for more no sleep.
It'll probably feel like 3 days or 4 days off for you, OAX. Yeah.
Can't wait to wind down OAX.
I do have something to add. If you're thinking of going, you should reserve the hotel ASAP. They have a pretty gracious period to cancel. It's like a week before, and a lot of the rooms are 2 queen beds. So a lot of us last year we just found a buddy to split the rooms with. You heard Kasra say 180 a night. That's down to 90 a night.
This is the brain right here. This is the guy. Because the hotel room sold out in early December last year. So you're absolutely right. We're getting close.
Yeah. Book the hotel room. Worst case scenario, you'll cancel it in a month.
72 hours in advance, full. And there's no money down. I mean, it's actually it's a no-brainer.
I booked mine. It feels like 6 months ago now.
Yeah, smart.
And I love having that assurance that it's already taken care of.
Did you get 2 beds?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna crash in my room again this time, like last year.
What happened last year when I crashed in your room?
I don't know.
I had a hotel.
Unspeakable things.
Yeah, we don't talk about that on this.
I don't remember that.
What happened in Orlando?
I heard you snoring. No, Spidey.
Keep it PG, guys.
No. It was all fun. It was like after.
Are you sure you're not thinking about Atlanta?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Atlanta. That's right. I don't know.
It was Atlanta. Who knows? All I know is we had a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, did you guys get?
It was sold out, so I don't know. It's like I think you were like going back to your hometown. No, it was Atlanta. Dragon Con. That's right.
Yeah, I think it's Dragon Con. So.
Yeah.
But either way, look, what I'll say is I hope you can make it. If you can't, be sure to tune in to the Facebook group. We just changed our name, so I can't remember the name of it. Help me out.
Marvel DC trading card.
The Marvel and DC trading card group. We just hit 2,000 members today in a pretty short time.
Very
so,
nice.
Awesome.
This is everyone is welcome. Comic cards, mostly Marvel and DC, obviously. Cards, art, sketches. It's all welcome.
Yeah. Be sure to stay tuned to that. Maybe some of the live streaming. There we go. Maybe some of the live stream will happen there. I'm sure we'll share photos and things like that in there. Stay tuned to the Spidey Hits channel. We'll be streaming here for sure as well. And my desire with the content that's created at these expos is for the people who can't make it for whatever reason in life, it gets to feel like you were there and you didn't miss it. And I really want to bring that and deliver that to you guys if possible. So, but hey, everybody, thank you for hopping on. Kasra, thank you for CEO in this thing. So well, love it. And
thank you, Justin.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for us. I really do appreciate that. If you don't want to miss any more content, especially about Marvel cards or about CAX, OAX in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.
It is little legs.
Go.